I've got the 30 days broken up into 3 different sections. So that first step there, that was just preliminary. You can sit down and figure that stuff out in a matter of a couple of hours. This stuff will take a little more time. So I've outlined these 3 sections here. Not in the importance of execution on here, as far as what you get done and checked off, but some of these things take time. So we want to hit those first. If you want to hit your first class in 30 days, some things you need to start right now. So describe your ideal student. I've got that as my first action step up here. Who is your avatar, so to speak? What do you anticipate that student being like? The demographic, the age range, the nature of what they want to learn in it. Again, if you're going to stick with the example of a culinary institute, if you're going to go and have teach culinary classes, is this career? Is this hobby? What type of things are you going to go after there? What type of student would be attracted to the classes that you're teaching? And what level, going back to the About You section, are you at to be able to successfully move this forward? All right, so that's number 1. Now here, you're going to choose one class. You might have a library of classes that you want to do. Don't pick your entire library to start with, all right? Pick one class. You want to be successful at one, all right? So choose that one class. For Kilroy's, it would be like a Foundations of Blacksmithing, or your introductory welding class, or a single jewelry class or something like that, as opposed to, we're going to do this year-long program and we're just going to go kill it. Pick one class and then get really, really good at that, okay? All right. We've got a video on choosing the right legal format for your school. I didn't start this off and just be like Ron in his garage kind of a thing. I actually set up a single member LLC. Go watch our video on building the right framework for your school, choosing the legal structure for your school, and then talk to an attorney or a CPA to find out what would work best in your situation for your tax status. You want to make sure that that's right. Single member LLC is what I did, and it's as easy as filing with the Secretary of State. This is one reason why we went ahead and we chose our name already as well. All right, so we want to determine where your class is going to meet now. So we put our anticipated school location. Now we want to move ahead and actually find the spot. And this is going to take some legwork. I went and I found a real estate professional to actually help me out with that. That was after I got going, though. My first step was I actually drove out to a local airport and I found an airplane hangar. And I could get into that and test that out. It was, from a legal perspective, it was the right occupancy, it was the right zoning area for that, and we could go ahead and do that. Even if it's in your garage or in a secondary garage, or you've got a friend spot that you want to teach that first class, keep it low cost if you can, and see if that space is going to work. But you want to start picking that location. So talk to people, share your ideas with them, what it is that you're planning on doing. Ask for advice. People are free with advice, and so they're happy to give that to you. But you want to make sure you dial that in sooner than later, because this is going to come back later on. You don't want this to, day 28, 29, trying to figure that out when you got students coming the next day. All right. Now, we want to go ahead and get a bank account. Separate your finances from your business's finances. In order to get the bank account, you need to have your legal structure set up, like your LLC. You need to have some base documents filled out. Depends on the nature of your state and the organization that you've chosen. Articles of incorporation, if you're going to be a corporation, things like that. And so bring all of that to the bank. Contact the bank ahead of your meeting to get this set up. The first business bank account that I got took me about 30 minutes to get it set. I went last year and got another one set up. 3 hours. So it's changed a lot. They go through an awful lot of detail on there. They're pulling your credit report. They're doing all kinds of different things with it. And so get all of the documentation that you need. So when you walk in, you can walk out with a bank account ready to go, as opposed to going home and setting up another appointment and dragging this thing out for an extended period of time. So get that dialed in as quickly as you can. Now, I've got business insurance on here. I can't stress this enough. It took me forever to find insurance for a blacksmithing school teaching kids ages 9 and up how to do blacksmithing, when the people I was talking to had no idea what blacksmithing was. And so we've got a video actually out there on finding insurance. And so check that out on our YouTube channel. Insurance, though, you want to start tackling that soon, because it's going to take that agent some time, depending on the nature of your trade. and you not having a track record of teaching these classes, it's going to take them some time to actually find a good insurance policy for you. So in the first 10 days, talk to an insurance company and maybe talk to 3 or 4 insurance companies and see if they can get you dialed in. Very, very important. Do not host your first class without insurance. That's a dangerous way to go, okay? You might be able to get away with it for a while, but if somebody has an accident, you want them covered, you want you covered, all right? Now, I've got joined social media groups related to your category and see what questions they're asking. If they're asking questions, that's a good class. And so do some of that research ahead of time. I've already asked you to fill out and pick one class that you're going to run with. This might be your second or third class, or you might still want to change things up a little bit or incorporate some of these questions into your class. But check the social media forums. And ask questions yourself and just start floating it out there. Start helping out on social media groups. Be that person who's got some of those answers. And remember that, you're there to give information freely. You give that information. Your classes are for coaching, and people will come to you in that as well. But you can actually go out there and engage with folks right away, and that will help you become a better teacher. Okay? Now, do some research in your local area. You might find some other schools that are already offering what you do. For example, if I'm looking at dance classes or gymnastics, we've got them all over town, but each one of them has a difference to it. And so you want to figure out what those differences are and what makes you unique. Because at some point, again, somebody's going to come to you and say, why you? And you're going to be able to say, well, these guys do it this way, we do it this way. They serve this group, we serve this group. And you've got those answers already. If you find that you're doing exactly what somebody else is doing and they're doing it well, you might find a different niche that you're going to go after. All right. So treat it like a business too. Do that research. Figure out how to position yourself in relation to your competition.